We've been speaking on the subject of meditation. And if we start from Philippians chapter, or let's look at 1 Timothy chapter 4 and verse 15. It says, meditate on these things, give yourself entirely unto them, that your progress may be evident unto all. So it says, don't be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known unto God. And the peace of God that surpasses all understanding will guard your hearts and minds through Christ Jesus. Then verse 8 now talks about meditating. Now, what's it asking you to meditate on? What is asking you to meditate on are the answers to your prayers. In other words, you go up to God in prayer about something, and to do well to reiterate this, that prayer, answers to prayers are not manifestations. Answers to prayers come when you hear what God has to say on that particular subject. So when the thoughts of God are made known to you on that particular thing, God has answered the prayer. He says, as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my thoughts higher than your thoughts, and my ways higher than your ways. And then it tells us, prayer is thy kingdom come, which means thy will be done on the earth as it is in heaven. So there are thoughts and ways in heaven that are much higher than your thoughts and ways on the earth. And so when you go into prayer, you want to get the thoughts of God for that particular situation that you are in, which means you are filled with thoughts that are creating anxiety. Now you want to find out the thoughts of God that when they enter into you concerning that same situation, you are going to have a peace that passes all understanding. So the answer to prayer really is that the thoughts of God, all right, are communicated to that person. Now, what that person now does, and that's when God answers the prayer. Now, what the person now does is that they take those thoughts there and start meditating upon those thoughts. That's what he's saying here. He says, meditate upon these things that your progress might begin to appear unto every single person. So what begins to happen is, after some time, because of the thoughts that are in your heart. And how is this progress going to come? The progress is going to come because opportunities are now beginning to show up in your environment because of what you are meditating on. Now, let me repeat this again. That it is your meditation that controls the outcomes of your life.